What's up, compost people? Timothee Holtsclaw here with Genuine Green Farms. I just wanted to make another quick video, maybe dive a little bit deeper into what we're throwing into our compost out here and why we choose our specific inputs for composting. In the last video, I was kind of breaking it down what other compost companies do, which is they like to create large amounts, they collect large amounts of food waste and yard waste out of people's homes. And that breaks down into alright compost. One problem with that method though is it's very inconsistent. And with my company, I want to make sure that every single bag of compost you purchase from me is going to be the same as the one you bought before that. And next time you buy from me, it's all going to be the same. Consistency is key in your garden. You want to know what nutrients you're putting in, and you want to know exactly when what to add at certain times. So one very important thing that I decided to do with my company is we only do plant-based vegan inputs. And I know that sounds kind of funny. Why would you make your compost vegan? Well, the problem with adding animal manure into your compost nowadays is, let's just say what farmers are feeding their animals nowadays, and the antibiotics that they're using, and hormones and all that nasty stuff, that all kind of ends up in the manure, and it'll end up in your compost. So I stay strictly vegan with plant-based inputs only, and I'll kind of break down that recipe a little bit further for you. So when you're doing thermophilic windrow composting like I am, and I know that's a big word, what that means is composting with high amounts of heat. You want heat to kill off seeds, like weed seeds. You want heat to kill off E. coli, other bad pathogens that could end up in your organic matter as it's breaking down. You want to make sure temperature is hot. Anywhere between 130 to 165 degrees is perfect. You get hotter than that, you actually start cooking off all your good bacteria. And then, your pile will start to go static, and that's not good. So how you get this temperature, how you make sure temperatures are staying where you want them, all has to do with what is called the carbon to nitrogen ratio. I'm sure some of you guys have heard brown and greens that go into compost. That means carbon and nitrogen. Your carbon component, now that's things like leaves, wood chips, hay, like I use mushroom substrate. That's all carbon. Nitrogen, that is your coffee grounds, your manure, anything that's green, that's wet, that's fresh, that's your nitrogen source. So when you're doing thermophilic windrow composting, it's very important that you have a carbon to nitrogen ratio of 30 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen. And that is very, very essential to make sure your temperatures stay on point where they need to be in order for you to kill those seeds, those pathogens, and all that bad stuff. So what I start with is 30 parts of carbon using, personally, I use almond leaves, oak leaves, a lot of mushrooms. That is key to get those fungal levels up. And we use a little bit of hay also for carbon. And then once all that carbon is broken down into a nice hummus-like consistency, then that's when we add in our nitrogen to get the temperature up. My nitrogen source that I have picked for my company is pure coffee grounds. That is the only nitrogen that I use in my compost. I use coffee because of its insanely high nutritional value and its small particle size, meaning it breaks down very fast in these rows. It also will stay hotter, almost double the length of manure, meaning I know for a fact that my compost has been fully thermophilically cooked, meaning it is safe for you in your garden, and that's what we want. Anyways, guys, I've broken down my recipe. I've explained the carbon to nitrogen ratio of composting, and I just wanted to take a quick minute, give you guys a little bit of information, and to tell you to have a beautiful day. Don't work too hard out there, and stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you're subscribing, commenting, I'd like to talk to you. I want to help you guys and level up your gardening and make this beautiful place a little greener.